All right.
We're talking about now,
Yes.
not now.
My question is, if this bayan is given to the promised Messiah, and really if we read the commentaries of the Ahmadis and compare it with the best commentators of Islam, there is a big difference.
No comparison.
Yes, no comparison. My question is, if I can understand the wisdom of God, astaghfirullah al-azim, why this matter was neglected? Because he said, alayna. All this time, God did not make this...
I understand the point. It is not neglected. It is the transcendent principle of justice which is in play. The Holy Quran mentions it. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. And if it has happened before to other ummahs, it should happen to the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Otherwise people will say, you treated the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on a different principle of justice. While for others you had fixed the principle, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. And there is another principle also mentioned regarding the nema, which says that وَإِذَا أَنْعَمْنَا عَلَى الْإِنسَانِ أَعْرَضَ وَنَأَىٰ بِجَانِبِهِ. So the choice of i'rad and na bijanibe is given to mankind. So if they use this choice, then the second verse will come into play. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. And there, in another verse, the word nema is also mentioned in close promixity to this. When they are neglectful of nema of God, then God lifts the nema. But in case of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because it was a promise that his message will not come to an end without completing the mission. So it was Fadlullah again in this sense as well. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ has this connotation as well. In this sense we can attribute this yutihi to Hazrat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. To repeat a prophet perfectly obedient to him is a special fazl which is given to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. After everything is gone, God will rehabilitate his teachings and his hikmah. So this is supported by the ahadith of Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which says, in sarjati ala nas zamanun la yabqa min al-islam illa ismuhu wa la yabqa min al-Quran illa rasmuhu masajiduhum amiratun wa hiya kharabun min al-huda ulama'uhum sharru man tahta adim as-sama min indihim takhruju al-fitna wa fihim ta'ud. So this is the situation when it reaches that verse of the Quran which says, the Prophet of Allah will complain to Allah, my people have thrown the Quran at the back and split it into pieces. Every sect in Islam believes in the Quran, but does not believe in all the verses, in the sense they hide behind certain verses to support their meaning and neglect the opposite verses of the other side. So the split cannot be caused if every verse is taken into consideration. It's impossible for the book to cause split. It can only be possible if you take it in portion, like the Jewish people did before, and then the split can be caused. So this is the meaning that the holy verse कौन सी कुरान को जो टुकड़े कर दिया इज़ीन हाँ निकालें. You read that verse and this makes everything clear. So then the need for somebody who will do bayan work will come, and the word bayan and yu'allimuhumul kitaba wal hikmah are one and the same thing. This is what I want to point it out to you. Talimul hikmah, talimul ilm, wa talimul hikmah and bayan are just one and the same thing. So Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is attributed with two particular functions. Once being recipient of wahi from Allah, which is a wahi of Sharia. Second, his capability of directly purifying others. All other prophets also purified, but first they taught ilm, then hikmah, then purified. And Hazrat Masih Maud is no exception. This is a unique distinction of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that just to see him, if you are right within, was to be purified. And this is what Hazrat Masih has said about him. He said, you have made me live. From a distance of 1300 years, 1300 years, he says, I have come to life because of you. Directly I have received your blessing. So this is a unique attribute of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam, which will continue till the end of the time. Directly through his blessing, God will purify people and continue to purify people. Right? Thank you.
هذه المكالمة حصلت عليها باتباعك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم.
What did you mean?
This conversation that I...
No, sorry? Okay. Please. وقل إني أنا النذير المبين كما أنزلنا على المختصمين الذين جعلوا القرآن عزين فوربك لنسألنهم أجمعين عما كانوا يعملون. وہ آیت کہاں ہے جہاں رسول, this is one part, they would split the Quran among themselves.
یا رب ان قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا.
ہاں, یا رب ان قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. آگے get the full portion. So I believe these two things are well connected, and is a rusul waqitat also. So I believe that in the coming of Hazrat Masih Maud, all prophets were represented because it had to be because of a prophecy of the Holy Quran. لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. In the first phase of Ahmad, Islam did not come into contact with all the adyan. So عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ could not be fulfilled. In this phase, when Hazrat Masih Maud has been raised, not only Islam came into contact with all the adyan, but he was the champion, challenging all faiths, all religions. He goes running towards Buddhism, towards Hinduism, towards Sikhism, towards Christianity, towards Judaism, towards atheists, pagans. And this was the role of Masih Maud, which is mentioned as the Rusul Uqta. He will claim to be the Rasul, the Prophet of Hindus as Krishna. He will claim to be Jesus Christ himself for the Christians. In all these claims, when he says, I am a perfect slave of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah, all these prophets are proved to be perfect slaves of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah. They will be proved because their followers will have accepted him. So when Ahmadiyyat spreads over all the adyan, then Hazrat Masih Maud position as their leader is established beyond a shadow of doubt. And his commitment to Hazrat Muhammad is so total that whatever is he is Muti Hazrat Muhammad. This is how I read the design of God's spread of Islam and its ultimate victory. Please. first somebody else is mentioned by way of a warning that this can happen, which says, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. The Zalim would say, I wish I had followed the Sunnah. I had perfectly followed the Rasul. Ya wailati, Ya wailata, laytani lam attakhiz falanan khalila. Instead of following the Sunnah, I followed the mullahs and others, and I wish I had not done it. Laqad adallani an zikri ba'da iz ja'ani. This is a time much after the Holy Quran has come and got established. After our zikr had come to me, I still deviated. This is the iqrar or a taraf of somebody in future. Then وَقَالَ الرَّسُولُ يَا رَبِّ إِنَّ قَوْمِ هَذَا إِنَّ قَوْمِ هَذَا اتَّخَذُوا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ مَهْجُورًا. So the meaning is perfectly clear. No shadow of doubt left. That the whole Prophet of Allah, Rasulullah Sallam, will be campaigning against a time when these things will happen. People will follow other wayward people and leave the Sunnah of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. And the Quran will also be izeen, that is also mentioned elsewhere. Then he will complain. And the conclusion is وَكَذَلِكَ أَجْعَلْنَا لِكُلِّ نَبِيٍّ عَدُوًّا مِنَ الْمُجْرِمِينَ وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ هَادِيًا وَنَصِيرًا. This happens to everybody. Before that, the ummahs of other prophets have also been destroyed. So this is the Adl Kamil. But with you we promise وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ هَادِيًا وَنَصِيرًا. Despite this, we promise that a Hadi will come in the name of Mahdi. A Nasir will come in the name of Messiah. Nasara and Messiah are one and the same thing. Hadi and Mahdaviyat are connected things. So the Holy Quran promises that don't worry as far as you are concerned. When your ummah will deviate from the path, we'll punish, but will not punish the message of Islam. Will not punish you, because we have promised you that you are going to emerge victorious. How? With a Hadi and a Nasir. See? So if you read the Quran carefully, everything is well connected and you don't have to add verse to the Quran at all. If you do, it will be a folly on your part. You will destroy the meaning of the Quran. Please.
Bila.
Have you come to this verse in La Yughayyiru Ma Biqawmin?
Yes.
I said in another place, the same verse is mentioned with relation to Nemat. And this is the verse which I had in mind. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَمْ يَكُنْ مُغَيِّرًا نِعْمَةً أَنْعَمَهَا عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. It is the people who had changed, and this is the law of Allah. How could he break his own law? So when they had rejected the name of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it was lifted from them. This is the meaning. إِذَا جَاءَ الْأَوْلَوْ كَانَ الْإِيمَانُ بِالسُّرَيَّةِ. Then the Iman leaves the earth and goes to the Suraya. Please.
Why then?
The Hawala is Al-Anfal, the verse 54. Verse 54. वो हवाला दे दें. यौम यब्दु ज़ालिमु. क्या है वो पूरी वर्स हवाला, रेफरेंस? लो कहाँ ये है? This is from Al-Furqan. Ya wailata laytani lam attakhiz fulanan khalila. I started with the verse 28, 29, 30 and 31.
People are waiting in the mosque. Already.
Already? Okay. Then we'll go straight to them. and say the prayer after we're finished here. Keep them waiting. Right. I was talking about the timing of the prayer. So I was informed that the people are waiting in the mosque since 2 o'clock. I said, only a few minutes. They can wait because Allah will bless them for this. Huh?